That'll come in hot, man. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Shit, yeah, we've got our hot tea. What's up? What is it? Got the cat. He's here. But first, it's Shed the Skin, the Forbidden Arts. I have not. It's broken. Haven't spun this in a minute, and I was like, ooh, I want to listen to that. Should we get that one played? I worked out to this one. Look at them tough dudes. It just kind of makes you want to go work out. Hanging around dudes like that, you're like, man, I should work out too. And you sit around getting all fucking jacked. They're playing metal and getting jacked. But they've been playing metal their whole fucking lives, so that's the cool thing. And now they're all jacked. It's just words, lots of lyrics and thank yous and all that. But Shed the Skin. Yeah. Just lift into that, man. You're like, yeah. See, it's got good melodies, dude. It's got real catchy melodies. But gloomy. They keep it gloomy and dark. But not like in a pretty way like some of those bands. Like, this is real heavy. This is real dark. But it has a melody. It's not like melody with darkness. No, it'd be dark first. You gotta apply your dark first. You gotta be metal. You gotta understand it before you can really get out there. You might have some luck, though. Punk rock was just kind of the it's your heart thing, just explode and shit like that. But even punk rock segmented away from that. That was more like screamo shit. Those kids yelling their heads off for no apparent reason. Screamo was fun. That's exactly what it was. It was kids screaming their heads off for no reason whatsoever, other than to just get it out of their system. I never wanted to get it out of my system. I like this damn rage that I'm sitting on. Fuel this fire inside me, man. That's what I like. Well, that's Hatebreed lyrics, I think. Yeah, some of that Jamie Justice shit was like the right level of angry. Like, I'm not angry in the short term, I'm angry in the long term. I'm going to be angry for a long period of time, I can just tell. Yeah, you ever felt that way? Yeah, I get those hardcore kids back in the day. I came up with a bunch of them. I knew a bunch of hardcore kids back in the day. I have a love and appreciation for them, I really do. I know a lot of you guys, I heard some smack talk about the Houston deathcore scene. Houston deathcore scene, what the hell, dude? A lot of people don't like y'all. What are y'all doing wrong? Do y'all like each other? I hope so, because other scenes are less impressed. And y'all are catching on the chin lately. I heard from the grapevine from some people that have played and toured and worked in Houston. Like, oh, the deathcore kids can get kind of angry, but I heard the rest of the scene's like fucking legit as shit though. So just calling out that one. Just curious if anybody out there knows anyone. Like the Mordant Red crew seems like totally fine. Like I only hear good things about them. So there you go. That deathcore, and no bands in particular. I think it was just the scene, just the people going to it. Had nothing to do with the bands. Bands are just playing where people want to see them. And one group shows up and makes an ass out of themselves. That's Houston. That's literally Houston. I was in Houston a lot. Before that, we had skinheads. We had the leftovers of the skinheads. The skinhead movement had died out. Like that was just, it was just fashion faux pas. Nobody wanted to dress like that. Not even for a show. You know, it was just too polished, too clean cut. It was like Patrick Bateman before Patrick Bateman. And then Patrick Bateman came along and the people really watched out for that style, so yeah. You see the skinheads today, they have like these hipster haircuts. Man, that is a freaking CIA operation if I've ever seen one. That is the least organic movement ever put together. All of those groups and movements are Every one of them that you hear about, man, all the way down to Patriot Front and what's the other one? The Proud Boys. Like Proud Boys was like, oh, it was started by that dude from Vice, Gavin McAllen. Yeah, he was a part of like the first two guys using that term, but that term was sold basically. That legal property, Gavin Ross. I don't want to say Newsom, but Gavin Ross from Vice. He was at Vice Media at the time, and then he went to Rebel Media, and he was in something else. He's Canadian, I believe. Canada, cheers. You had that guy. That's the Canadian version of Rupert Murdoch from like Atlanta or whatever. Same type of dude. It's just Gavin Ross was actually kind of personable or something like that. You know, that guy was like, he had to get in front of people, and I heard he was actually. I saw some videos from him. He looked like a pretty charming guy. Oh, he was on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan kind of threw his weight around on that interview. That shit was fucking hilarious. Watch that, Joe Rogan. Oh, man. That's a great one. Anybody else watch Joe Rogan Experience, dude? Yeah, comment down below. Let me know what's your favorite JRE. Maybe we've seen the same ones. Or do you not like Joe Rogan and you hate him? So let me know. I mean, if that's true, just let me know. Then I'll be like, right on, why? You know, I mean, he's a jock, I get it. So some people just hate that. But other than that, is there anything else you got? I'd love to know. Gonna go somewhere with Joe Rogan, but I don't recall what. Got a note here that has nothing to do with Joe Rogan. So I was supposed to go from Joe Rogan to Last House on the Left, which, all right, Christoph agrees. On the Last House on the Left movie, yeah, it was too much of a downer for him. Oh, the movie you showed your friends, or told your friends to watch. It was too much of a downer for him. They were Deadhead, Grateful Dead fans, for those unaware. Grateful Dead, Deadheads, stoner hippie folk rock. I mean stoner hippie folk rock. It's like the OG stoner hippie funk rock hippie movement era. Like hippie was dying off, and Grateful Dead was kind of just catching their wave, and they kept that wave going to somehow now. But the main guys did, so it's just the name. It's a cover band. Grateful Dead is just a cover band now. But anyways, yeah, they watched Last House on the Left. I guess it was too much of a downer for them. They wanted me to recommend a movie, so that's what. They asked you for a movie, and you. I applaud you for saying, "Man, what do you got? Any movie recommendations tonight?" Yeah, Last House on the Left. Oh, okay, is that a good one? Yeah, it's a comedy. Oh, okay. Well, how come it says suspense horror? Yeah, well, it's probably what he's talking about. Oh, dear God, it's such a downer for him. They were hippies. Oh, Christoph, you got an advantageous mean streak about you. You saw an opening and went boom. Got to get that one. I admit I am put in the same position. I hope I would think the same. You know, I'm always the V for Vendetta. Watchmen, some Alan Moore. You know, that's just me. If somebody was to do that for me, instead of Last House on the Left, I probably wouldn't think of that. I'd probably be like, oh, V for Vendetta. You know, because I'm such a little conspiracy theorist type guy, you know, that I love those kinds of movies that are mocking reality. What's another one? DMZ. Oh, that's not a movie yet. That's a book. Damn it. Anyways, yeah. Hilarious. Shit, the skin, man. Is that not awesome? It's not awesome. That's so fucking awesome. Oh yeah, and then this is a funny one. You think the Roman Colosseum, Angkor Wat, the Great Sphinx of Giza, all those ancient wonders that are still there. Sometimes I think they're just characters in an RPG played by a higher intelligence, and after each game is played, they're too lazy to remove the pieces of the previous game. Cheers. Yeah, it does feel like that. You want to get really metaphysical? Take mythology. You want to dip into mythology and have some fun as a mythology science experiment. Yeah, man, we're 10 minutes in. Let's do a mythology science experiment. You know how the Romans and we don't know much about Angkor Wat. At least I don't. And the Great Sphinx of Giza. Okay, I can go with the Egyptian and the Western stuff, the Egyptian and the European stuff, because I'm more aware of that than I am the Eastern Orient. That I know of their stuff, but I'm not well versed in how it worked. They had gods, and they had attributes for their gods. And as it turns out, at least in both Rome and some Egyptian, so we're left to think a lot of Egyptian is probably this way. Those gods, and remember, they were just really powerful beings. They were just powerful beings. The gods were real people. They were actual people. And just enough time had passed. They were what they call deified. When you deify a person, they become godlike in your mind. So every aspect of that deity should be honored. So that when you honor them, you start acting in a different way because you're thinking in a different way. So, knowing that that's how that worked. That's how those... And here's the thing, you got people who did it for such a long period of time, they question whether or not those people were even real. Well, after enough time, anyone who knew them is gone, so nobody's going to really know what the person was like. Those only people would be the ones who are most closely around them. So all we have is just the facts of what they say. And the earliest stuff with Rome is obviously Romulus and Remus, which are the two gods, the gods of Rome. And they were the founders. It was just two dudes who were like, yeah, this area is good. Let's do some stuff here. And it was Rome was basically a working together of Etruscan, Lower Italy, I was about to say Italy, that right across the sea from them, and then they started leaking over into Greece and all unifying as one big people. And they were all dominant for quite some period of time. So anyway, this is a quick history lesson. So Romulus and Remus were the founders, and the worship of them was patriotism. It was also patriotism, because those are the guys who founded this. Our founding fathers would hate this. Our founding fathers would be doing blank, blank, blank. In America, we've deified our founding fathers to an extent. Now, we acknowledge they were real people, and these are real writings from them. We do not stray from what they told us. We don't start like, oh, George Washington did this. No, we talk about the actual military accomplishments, and we don't make fanciful stories of them. Now, in Rome, Romulus and Remus, after enough time, people just wanted to make fun of them and wanted to make them characters in their lives, because they didn't care about the history anymore, because they knew it. They knew it all too well. They were tired of the jokes of it. They just wanted to, and that's the history. We know the history, because we learned it at such a young age, we repeat it, that they wanted to do more with Romulus and Remus to honor their deities, honor their patrons, by displaying them to the public. And that reinforces the worship of the god, or gods. So, media and advertising, flashing shit at you, guides you on a path. They've been doing it to you for a long time. It's just what happens. You can hate it all day long. They're inevitable. The people that do these things to us are inevitable. And our response to them is just so. It is inevitable. Why do they do this? They don't start out with the worst intentions in mind. Start with the best, and then it starts degrading. And it degrades until the people say they've had enough. And, well, anyways, that's kind of where we're at in a nutshell on planet Earth. And I don't care where you are on the planet, if you're hearing this message, welcome to the party. Cheers and all that. Salute. I wanted to know all the ones I could, as many languages as I could, and say cheers or salutations. Hell, I even know shalom. I think that's what that is. There. Jamin. Oh, shit, we got Jamin. Jamin, what's up? Australian guy I would love to meet. Oh, my God, there's so many cool Australians, y'all. And Polish. Oh, my God, the interactions with Polish people and Australian people are so wonderful, because we're such worlds apart. And when it comes to Polish, there's a language barrier, but we're not too far apart, but that language is the thing that's the real division for us. Not using the same alphabet. That's a tricky one. At least with other languages, German's kind of weird. I don't know German, though. I know Spanish. The only reason I know Spanish is because I lived in Texas for so long. It's so useful to know that. You could grease some wheels if you needed them greased. Anyways, Jamin. He says it's worth noting. Oh, I love this comment. I fucking love this comment. It's worth noting that accounting came before writing. In terms of communication, accounting for purpose of trade and debt records came before recording thoughts, feelings, or ideas. Math is so important we didn't even bother to record thoughts, feelings, or ideas until it had monetary value. My man, I love it. You are brilliant for that. But he's not joking. There was a system of counting, a base 60 system, where you count every single digit. Like that one in the middle one and the one by the hand. Oh, you can't even see what I'm pointing at. But you got those 3. That's 3. There's another 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. You know. And then you can flip it at 12 and then times 5. Oh, okay, I did the math. 15. Yeah, 12, 15, 30. Another 30. That's 60. Base 60 system right there. Boom, and then you can do all kinds of cool metaphysical shit and confuse the audience and stuff like that. Maybe the algorithm picks it up. I don't know. You can really use a lot of those fucking hidden symbols they use. It's so dark. But yeah, well, that goes along with what I was saying of like advertising. Images plastered all over the place because our brains react so well to images because images mock reality. And we can give meaning to each image to an infinite degree. We can literally take a picture and start adding, get a whole bunch of interpretations, add more shade and color to it, get another one. You know, it's the possibilities are endless, and our brains react so fucking well to that. It proves that we are not animals. It proves that we are not animals. We are so above animals, it's not even funny. Now, there are animals that they have a high level of thinking with mathematics. We've noted, it is noted that animals know how to figure out locks, traps, and can count, you know, and communicate. And sometimes communicate. Have you ever seen crows? Crows can motherfucking communicate. The things live for like 5 to 10 years, maybe longer, I don't know, but I know they live for like longer than 5 years. And if you watch them, they'll hang around your area and they communicate to each other. And they walk around and identify all the things around you. It is fucking crazy. The crows pay respects to my dog that passed away because he doesn't come by anymore. But every now and then they sit down and yell at him. And I've heard him communicate, like, why are they doing that? And they're like, I don't know, come down here and yell at this. And the other ones just start doing it. They're like, okay. And then the next batch come in and they just start yelling at the door. Thank you, crows. Trust me, I think my pagan friends out there might appreciate the fact that I thanked the crows because of their remembrance of my dog. You know, hey, how's that for some meta shit right there? Hey, a Christian can't do that. Why the fuck not? Why can't I thank that thing? It's very kind to me in my time of need. But it's not my God. I can tell you that. That ain't fucking my God. That's happening because of my God. All this is occurring. So it's not just that animal saying it, it's my Lord saying it to me, thanking me. He's using the animal. He speaks through that animal to assure me everything will be all right, my friend. I'm like, thank you, Crow, for passing along that message. Life's beautiful, y'all. It's fucking painful as shit, but it's fucking beautiful. Cherish these cool things in your life. Cherish them, love them. Listen to some metal, because that's what I like. Get yourself a cat. Or not, if you don't like them. I'm Cattle Prod, Appalachian Warlord. See y'all.